Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50 plus tequilas, 30 plus rums, and ready to drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits, right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying? May the times you live in be interesting. We have accomplished that.
More testosterone for your morning drive.
When you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal, and they don't care, and everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now, and I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a mother like
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay.
Boom, shakalaka boom. You tuned in to the Free Range Human Show of Choice, your daily dose of reality radio. It starts right now. This is the Clay Edwards Show. I am, of course, Clay Edwards, coming at you live here on 103.9 FM WYAB. The 50,000 watt blowtorch pumping across the airwaves of central Mississippi here every Monday through Friday morning from inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios, where you can always get that free testosterone screening. Men, I'm talking to y'all, by texting Clay to 601-800-5130. We'll tell you more about them later in the show. So before we get into the nuts and bolts of today's show, and I got a banger for y'all today. Been up here for at least an hour this morning already doing extra show prep. So what I was going to do last night and start today, but I decided to punt it a week because I think it deserves proper promotion and possibly even a little lead time on getting my contestants together, because you don't want to start a competition and not have any contestants lined up in advance. Starting next Wednesday, we're going to start this new thing on Wednesdays. We're going to have a little fun. It can be political. It can be whatever. It can just be fun. I want to bring fun back to radio. Well, I think we've done that, honestly, but I want to make it schedule viewing. We're going to call it Wild and Out Wednesdays. I couldn't think of a better name. That's what I'm going with. Wild and Out Wednesdays. And if you're an old school talk radio fan, sports talk fan, you know Jim Rome. I want to give credit where credit's due here. I don't want to steal an idea and not at least give credit to the person that I stole it from or influenced by. Jim's callers were pretty much more famous than Jim at times. Some of them were so good that they got their own talk radio shows. I forget the one guy's name, but he got a big talk radio show up in Vegas. And they would do these, they'd call and they'd talk smack. And then once a year, they would have a smack off where the best callers, the best smack talkers would battle it out for cash and prizes in person, by the way. No. They didn't do it in person. They called in, but he used to do like live remotes and they called them tour stops, and they were massive events. And that's really what I've always wanted to be able to do with this platform, was go do live events, go do live remotes. Not necessarily the show going and doing it live somewhere, but be able to take what we do live and do a live event on stage, like a town hall style, but fun. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But next Wednesday, I'm going to open up the phone lines, and I want my best smack talkers out there to call in. I really want you to schedule in advance. I want you to text me. I want you to email me. And I want you to get on the call log, on the schedule. And that way I can kind of call you maybe. Anyway, we'll figure out the logistics as we get closer. But if you're interested in doing this, there'll be some kind of prize. I'll figure it out. It may be a FAFO prize pack. Maybe it'll be that and some gift cards from different sponsors. We'll figure it out. It'll be worth your while. I promise that. Maybe it's concert tickets. I'm sitting on a bunch of concert tickets that I've bought for myself. Maybe I'll share some of those. Maybe we'll get some for a big event coming to the state of Mississippi at one of them football stadiums at Oxford or Starkville. I don't know yet. But we're going to do it every Wednesday. So if you're interested, you want to call in, you want to talk smack about a politician, your ex-wife, your ex-husband, you can't say their names. You cannot say their names. And or an old boss, can't say their name. I ain't getting sued here. My finger will be on the dump button, and we got a 5-second delay. So the second you do it, you're disqualified. Obviously, no cussing. So if this is something that interests you, and you want to have a little fun, I prefer just keep it to politics and national figures, stuff of that nature, public figures. I think that's probably the best rule of thumb here. It can be sports, it can be politics, whatever. Starting next Wednesday. Wild and Out Wednesdays, right here on the Clay Edwards Show. We're gonna bring fun back to talk radio. People tell me all the time, Clay, I just kind of quit listening, man, because there's always just doom and gloom, which I don't believe that. I think we have a lot of fun on this show. I mean, I go back and I watch the videos sometimes, and it may not come across it on the radio, but I know if you're watching online, the expressions on my face and the jazz hands going all over the place are quite comical. But anyway, with that said, that's your announcement. Next Wednesday, we're going to do something fun. We're going to try it, see how it works. And we're going to give away some prizes. We're going to have fun. We're bringing fun back. Make fun great again. And it's open to everybody. If you can talk smack on me, by the way. I think that'll actually make some of the best radio. Calling, trash talk me. Now, I might trash talk back, but I'm going to give you your 60 seconds. By the way, that's it. You get 60 seconds. And if you go over, disqualified. So you got 60 seconds. You can be about me. I got thick skin. But just know I bite back. All right, it is a hump day. It's Wednesday morning. Let me look at the calendar. February 18th. Are we already halfway through February? Over halfway through February 2026. We just living to live, ain't we? We just living to live. All right, let's jump into it real quick, man. This is a story that's really near and dear to me. A, because I like liquor. I like liquor. And B, because I'm a huge supporter of our liquor stores, of our bars and restaurants. And I don't mean because I'm going out and spending a lot of money. I probably don't spend $40 a month on liquor. But I'm a cheap drunk. What? I like Fireball. It's not expensive. I kid. Not really. I don't kid at all there. Anyway, the ABC Warehouse. Because I was in the bar business for so long. My dad owned the liquor store. It's just, we own the gas station. It's just near and dear to my heart. The people in that business, I know how small the margins are between making money and losing money. And I know people will say, oh, Clay, but them bars, they mark up them drinks ridiculously. Yeah, but what you're not taking into account is the rest of the overhead. That's like the one place they can make a little money. I mean, yes, you may be paying a larger profit margin on a drink, but I promise they're not sitting back going, just swimming in their gold that they made, that $3 profit they made on your drink. From the $3 profit they made on your drink, that's got to pay for the lighting, the staffing, and everything else, insurance. So that's what I tell you what people don't realize is they do not understand how much insurance costs to run on a place that serves liquor, just the general liability alone. So, but with all that said, this is a prime example of why you don't want the state, the government, running anything the government ain't got to run. Now, in defense of the government, so I'm not a complete hypocrite here. When the state ran it, and we're talking about the ABC warehouses, the state ran it way better than this company that they've brought in to run it. So you may not be aware, but last year there was a bill to attempt to privatize the ABC, to get the state out of the liquor business. But, well, the state's very greedy, and the state doesn't like letting go of power. And I personally always had a good relationship with the ABC. My buddy Andy, he's retired from there now. First time I ever got arrested. Yeah. No, second time I ever got arrested. First time I ever got arrested. Well, and only time. And only time I ever got arrested while working at a bar. Was working for Chip, actually, out on the reservoir at the little place next to Shuckers. It was called Buffalo Chips. It was college night. I'm looking at my clock. It was college night. And I'm not saying I was set up, but I ain't saying I wasn't set up. Wink, wink. Anyway, allegedly, sold beer to a minor. Anyway, they came back, they arrested me, and that was my first experience with my buddy Andy and the crew from ABC. And then we had a long, glorious history together after that. Me running bars and nightclubs for 15 years in Jackson and Byram. Wasn't the last time I saw Andy. Good morning, Andy. We're buddies now, by the way. I sold him a car, sold his daughter a car, and he listens all the time. So I love Andy, but he's retired now. Great guy. A lot of great guys out there. We're out there, I'm sure. Still some great guys out there. But they're on the enforcement side. They're not on the management of the distribution. The enforcement guys are always great. Always great. So a compromise, instead of completely taking ABC out of the state's hands, was bring in a private company to run it. Well, that has been an absolute unmitigated disaster. Kingfish did a great article on this over at Jackson Jambalaya. I recommend going and reading that. It's lengthy, so I was going to reference it this morning, but I'm just going to reference a video that he did also with another liquor store owner. I've reached out to my folks over at 042 Wine and Spirits to see if they had anything they wanted to add. I talked to Chip. I tried to get him to sit in a segment, but he had to go meet his food truck, because I wanted to kind of get everybody's perspective from bar owner to liquor store owner. And if you're out there this morning, whether you're a sponsor or not, if you own a liquor store, if you own a bar or a restaurant, if you want to call in and put your 2 cents in on this, we will open the phone lines in the next segment. I'll give that number out then. But let's go over to WLBT and try to explain to y'all kind of what's happening with this whole debacle here. We got Maggie Wade, I believe, right here on my screen. Let me get my computer turned up. I've already got everything queued up this morning, guys. Y'all be proud of me if you're listening on radio.
If you're having a hard time finding your favorite wine or liquor at stores or restaurants, you're not alone. Business owners are running out of patience and product. 3 on Your Side's Courtney Ann Jackson explains what went wrong at the state's ABC warehouse.
How in the hell did we get here?
Dwindling shelves and a backlog at the warehouse of 199,000 cases. The House State Affairs Committee wants solutions.
Not just frustrated, we're upset and mad. So
that's Rep. Hank Zuber. He's the House State Affairs Committee chairman, smacking his table. Either that's Hank or this guy right here is Hank.
We're changing the software at the same time that we're changing the whole damn delivery system of the warehouse.
Yes, sir.
That was the combination that led to the current problem.
This is all the wine we have left physically at LV's for our wine list.
Brandy Carter is experiencing the problem from 2 angles, as the owner of Levure Bottle Shop and the manager of LV's wine program.
We know the rules to the typical system, but there are no rules anymore with the system we're currently in.
She's having to shrink LV's wine list because of the lack of shipments, and increasingly bare shelves have customers at her shop asking what's going on.
I've had orders that have been in queue since mid-January now, and we're getting a trickle of things here and there, but not enough to run a store or a wine program for a restaurant.
The revenue commissioner reminded the committee that the state still owns the ABC warehouse, but it's been run by a private contractor since 2023. A new warehouse is under construction and won't be operational till next year. The most immediate question was, how soon can they resolve the current problem?
I want to pause it 1 second. I want to walk back something I said before I played this. I said last year there was a compromise struck between, instead of the state giving up full getting out of the liquor business and then bringing in a private company. The private company was brought in 2023. That's my bad.
We think at the end of March, they will have the backlog that exists right now reduced in half. And we're convinced that if they are able to do that, then by the time we get to May, they will be able to continue and work through the remainder of the backlog.
So I want to stop right there because I don't want to forget to mention that, to comment on this part. So you're telling a lot of small bars and restaurants, liquor stores, that, and I'm just telling you from experience of running a bar and a restaurant, you're telling me that I might not get the majority of my liquor order until at the earliest mid-March, that you may be 50% through the backlog by mid-March. I wonder how are they prioritizing this too, by the way. And we are going to dive into Kingfisher's article because he's got some stuff in there about exactly what they're having to do right now. And when we wrap your heads around that, you're going to be blown away. And whether you support liquor or don't support liquor, whether maybe you're a recovering alcoholic or maybe you're a good front row Baptist, back row Baptist, and you're sitting back there laughing, ha ha ha, well, we're going to get them, we're going to make sure they don't drink one way or another, ha 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 ha. It still shows you how inefficiently the rest of our government's being ran.
But stores and lawmakers argue they can't wait that long. Representative Trey Lamar and others mentioned a possible temporary solution.
Purchase directly from the manufacturers during that time frame and really just cut ABC out of it until ABC gets its act together.
There were lots of questions about allowing for will call orders, but the commissioner says they don't have the space at the warehouse to do that. Until there's a solution, you may be out of luck if you're looking for your favorite bottle. Courtney and Jack.
It's not me and you being out of our favorite bottle that concerns me. It's our businesses not being able to provide that favorite bottle. Does that make sense? Because a lot of people may just say, well, I'm just not going to drink. And I know we can get into the whole moral thing. We're not going to do the moral thing this morning. We're going to talk about the business side of this. Businesses were invested into, purchased, they're ran, budgets are designed and built on certain inventories being available. And there's a trickle-down effect of that money not coming in, not just for the state and the lost tax revenue, but for the people who work at and own the places that sell the liquor to the consumer, whether it's on or off premise. Their banks, their bill collectors, well, they don't care. And again, to my Southern Baptist out there who keep a bottle hidden at the house, that are laughing and saying, oh, well, again, that's the Lord talking. This is Jesus' work this morning, making sure that liquor ain't getting distributed. They tithe too. Just remember that. Bar owners, restaurant owners, liquor store owners, they tithe too. Let's take a break real quick. We ain't nowhere near finished up with this topic this morning. This is the Clay Edwards Show. WYAB. We'll be right back from inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi Studios. By the way, the Ellis Autoplex text line, 769-241-1944. If you want to call in, 601-879-0002.
.1039 WYAB.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Looking for the perfect spot to unwind with friends and family? El Patrio Mexican Restaurant is calling your name. With locations in Flowood and Cross Gates, Brandon, El Patrio is the cozy, family-owned gym where great food meets great times. Enjoy El Patrio's signature margaritas and happy hour specials that keep their customers coming back for more. Indulge in their authentic Mexican dishes prepared with love and served in a warm, family-friendly atmosphere. Come to El Patrio and taste the traditions. El Patrio, where family, flavor, and fun come together.
Your roof is constantly exposed to the elements, battling dirt, algae, and stains. But with Watkins Construction and Roofing Roof Wash Service, you can keep it looking like new. A proprietary rooficide treatment is EPA approved, safe, and guaranteed to prevent algae from coming back for at least 2 years. No harsh chemicals, no damage, no black streaks. Just a clean, beautiful roof that lasts. Call Watkins Construction and Roofing at 601-966-8233 or visit nomoreroofstains.com today.
Hi, Kim Wade here. Are you craving a home-cooked meal without the hassle? Come over to McBee's Bar and Grill in Ridgeland for their Blue Plate lunch specials. Served up every weekday, at McBee's it's a different entree every day. Chicken spaghetti on Mondays, beef tip Tuesday, pork chop Wednesday, spaghetti Thursday, and catfish Fridays. And McBee's Blue Plate lunch comes with 2 classic southern sides and cornbread or a roll. McBee's specials are served every weekday from 11 to 2. McBee's, buzzing the res since 1982.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away. Get your name on the airwaves with the Clay Edwards Show today. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WIAB.com. Contact info at WIAB.com.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
When second's making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself. 1, 2, 3, Wildcats!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. Seems like a good time to say this this segment brought to you by our friends over at 042 Wine and Spirits. How about that? Locally owned, locally operated, and award-winning. Back-to-back voted best liquor store in Rankin County. Just like America is back-to-back World War champs. I got that shirt that says back-to-back World War champs. It doesn't fit me anymore. It's actually a good thing. It's too big for me. So I'll take out shrinking a shirt. Anyhow, 042 Wine and Spirits, locally owned, locally operated, right there, Highway 80, next to Sonny's Barbecue in Cross Gates, Brandon. Got a massive selection, still available. You know, one thing a lot of y'all may not realize is a lot of smaller bars and restaurants. Heck, I was a high volume. We were a high volume seller, buyer, however you want to look at it. When I had 105 downtown and Touch, whatever we were calling it, and we still got the majority of our liquor from a liquor store, a wholesaler. You know, liquor stores can wholesale too, can wholesale to bars and restaurants. So if you are out there and you're having troubles getting your orders, you can still go, get things from the liquor stores like 042 Wine and Spirits and whatnot. So just throwing that out there. A lot of people don't know what you can and can't do. You don't know what you don't know till you know it, right? Or till you don't know it. So swing by 042, and get your favorite bottle of wine and spirits. When all is going well, they've got up to 400 bottles of wine in stock, over 200 bourbons and whiskeys, 50 different ready-to-drink cocktails, 50 or more vodkas, 50 or more gins. I've been on a little kick lately just to mix things up some on the weekends when we're having a good time. The little airplane size bottle, single shot bottles of the Smoky Mountain, Smoky Moonshine, or whatever it's called, all the different flavors. They got the creamsicle, the cookies and cream. Can I just get a virgin version of any of these? And I would drink them every day without the liquor in it. But I stumbled across one over the weekend, banana pudding. It had no business being as good as it was. I mean, I know we're sitting here talking about drinking at 7:32 in the morning, but yum, yum, yum. Swing by, check them out today. 042 Wine and Spirits, Brandon, Mississippi. Let's see here. Yes. Okay. So let's jump over to Kingfish's article. And the phone line this morning is 601-879-0002. LS Autoplex text line is 769-241-1944. And of course, the Mazda of Jackson live stream up and running. We're streaming on X. We are streaming on YouTube. And we are streaming on Rumble. All you got to do is type in @SaveJXN. And I forgot that the platform I use is having a little problem with X. So I have to go physically share X. So that's what I'm doing now. If y'all wonder why I'm just rambling and I haven't moved on to the Kingfish article, give me 2 seconds here to hit the share button and we will be off and running this morning. Did I do it? Did it work? Share. Oh, no. Hold on. Post. There we go. Now it's up on X. All right. So let's get to Jackson Jambalaya this morning. I thought I would have saved that, but I can just go to Kingfish. Here we go. And Kingfish did a great job. He always takes such a deep dive beyond the surface level on this stuff. So a shout out to Kingfish. I know he called me a couple times yesterday and I forgot to call him back. I was having my hands were tied at the time. So let's talk about what happened out there at ABC and why they're having this problem. It says a meltdown at the ABC warehouse is crippling restaurants, casinos, and liquor stores throughout Mississippi after the warehouse installed new software system and removed the conveyor belts. Sound like Siemens, anyone? And the ABC's warehouse had a staffing shortage due to low pay. The legislature authorized ABC to hire a private contractor to manage the Gluckstadt warehouse. The Department of Revenue issued solicited bids and awarded the contract to Ruan, that's R-U-A-N, Transport out of Iowa in March of 23. Ruan beat out 3 competitors, including 2 from Mississippi, full stop. I believe that we should seriously take a look at this bidding process on everything. And in-state companies should get priority bids, should get priority on these bids, especially if they're within X amount of whatever the winning, the lowest bid is. You know, sometimes less doesn't mean better. We really need to take a look at that. And I know people will say, well, Clay, that could negatively affect Mississippi contractors who go out of state and do stuff. Well, they wouldn't have to go out of state if they weren't competing for jobs from out-of-state companies in state, would they? I'm just saying. That's why I think all of our football teams, if Mississippi State, if Ole Miss, if they're going to play a non-sub bowl division team, or not a non-bowl division team, but they're going to play a non-Power 5 team, like a Southern Miss, they should just have to play Southern Miss. If they're going to play a homecoming type game with a nobody, they should have to play JSU, Delta State. I'm not calling them nobodies. That's, you know, my apologies to the alumni or to the fans. You know what I mean? An irrelevant team that has no chance of winning. They should have to play our HBCUs, our other teams, the Delta States of the world. Pay them that money. Why are we sending $1 million out of state? None of this makes any sense. But shout out to Mississippi State because they actually do play JSU. They actually do play Southern Miss. More than Ole Miss does. But I digress. Continuing on, I'm sorry. Rabbit holes is what this show is all about. And we just jumped down one. So Ruan beat out 3 competitors, including 2 from Mississippi. I just stopped from there. Okay, so operations ran smoothly until Ruan closed the warehouse to take inventory from January 7th through 12th. That's 5 days. Taking inventory is a relatively simple process that usually goes off without a hitch. However, Ruan was not just satisfied with counting cases. They decided to mess with the simple. I guess he meant like with the simple stuff. The warehouse management software system reached its end of life and would not receive any more updates. Ruan took advantage of the shutdown to install Blue Yonder software, but did so without conducting any beta test. Unfortunately for ABC customers, Blue Yonder did not communicate with ABC's software, Mars. Again, shades of the Siemens debacle, which had similar problems. However, Ruan was not through trying to kill more birds with the same stone. How do you do something of that scale without a beta test? I know y'all may not believe it, but even when I do stuff on this show, like we bring in guests for live streams, when we've gone and done a live remote at Juniker Jewelry last year, we did test after test after test to make sure there wasn't going to be any issues once we went live. And we still found a way to have issues once we went live, because until you're live beta test, they're not 100%. I can't believe something of that scale, that size, that importance, with the trickle down effect that could have, didn't run a single beta test. We need to, Trey Lamar, Fred Shanks, whoever, we need to be looking at that contract with them, because that is just sheer incompetence. Ruan removed the old conveyor belts and the sorter system while they were trying to kill as many birds with one stone as they could. Now, this part I don't fault them on, right? But it says the company could no longer obtain parts and was forced to have a machinist fabricate replacement parts when needed. Not exactly a cheap solution. Instead of installing a new conveyor belt, so this is something I worked when I was younger. I worked at a what was it, for McCarty Holman or Quality Foods in McCarty, 2 different places. I was a warehouse picker, an order selector, where you rode around on a pallet jack, you stacked the orders, you wrapped them with the clear wrap, and you loaded them on the truck. That's great for dropping off a pallet full of one item to a grocery store. Your beer company, Southern Beverage, that's what they do. They'll wrap an order, they grab a ticket, they run down. It's pre-picked from biggest to smallest. You start at the bottom, you work your way up. It's a real simple process when done right. Again, that's great if one pallet is getting dropped off at one place. Rarely is a whole pallet getting dropped off at a restaurant. So keep that in mind as I tell you this. I want to paint the picture for you. So instead of installing a new conveyor belt system, Ruan switched to a pallet delivery system where orders are no longer sorted at the warehouse, but shrink wrapped on pallets and placed on trucks. The drivers are thus forced to do the sorting and figure out which customer gets which case. The invoices could provide some guidance to the driver as he makes deliveries, but the shipments frequently lacked invoices. And Kingfish says Murphy meets law. Let's take a break real quick, come back, and we're going to keep jumping down this rabbit hole here of the ABC debacle. And if you're wondering why you ain't able to get a glass of your favorite wine or your bottle of your favorite liquor, this is why. And it's as unacceptable on every level. And how many other places in government is the efficiency this out of whack? We'll be right back. WYAB.
.1039 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Pocahontas, Jackson.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse, or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
Get ready, Jackson, for 2 big nights at Martin's Downtown. Mustache the Band is bringing the party as the official Dixie National Rodeo After Show on Friday, February 20th and Saturday, February 21st. It's a 90s country party with high-energy live music and a crowd that's ready to have a good time. Links for tickets are on the Martin's Downtown Facebook page. Don't miss Mustache the Band live at Martin's Downtown, February 20th and 21st.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credit, and get 1-year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Men, let's talk about low testosterone. Do you suffer from any of these symptoms? Low sex drive, ED. Are you always tired, depressed? You have loss of muscle mass? You're obese? Maybe you have loss of focus and drive? Then you, my friends, may suffer from low testosterone. Let my buddies over at Men's Health in Mississippi, located right there in Madison, check your numbers today. Trust me, she'll thank you for it. I promise. Check them out online at menshealthms.com. That's menshealthms.com. Men's Health Mississippi.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show here on WYAB. This segment brought to you by our friends Martin's Downtown and Martin's Livingston. Today's Blue Plate special of the day is Meatloaf Wednesday. Y'all know how much I love Meatloaf Wednesday at Martin's. Swing by, check it out, and you will not regret it. Of course, full menus available every day. You don't like meatloaf? Have you tried their country fried steak? I used to talk about it all the time. I haven't been eating it because, well, it's like a drug for me, and it's available every day. And drugs that are available every day are easy to be addicted to. So I would go over there because it's very convenient to the radio station to go over there to the Livingston, especially if I get off of the air at 9. I piddle with the podcast and video editing for an hour or two, and boom, I'm there at 11, eating country fried steak 4 days a week. Anyway, but my waistband just can't handle it 4 days a week, and I don't know how to do it in moderation. But again, it's available today as well. But that's not what I'm telling you about. This Friday and Saturday night, Martin's Downtown. It's the official Dixie National After Party with my and your favorite 90s country cover band, Mustache the Band. They're playing both nights. This is the official Dixie National After Party. Get out there. You're possibly going to run into some of your favorite bull riders, cowboys, cowgirls. It's going to be a good old time. This is the same party they used to have right there at the Trademark Center, but they decided to move it off premise this year. Martin's seemed like the perfect logical destination for this thing. So get over there, have a good time, beat the crowd if you're not going to the rodeo. Maybe get there around 9-ish, and then the rodeo is going to start busting out around 9:30, 10, and it's going to be a late night shindig at Martin's. Get on over there, get yourself a good parking place, get in, get you a few drinks, get lubricated, get ready for a good time, singing all your favorite 90s country hits with Mustache the Band, Friday and Saturday night. More details, Martin's Downtown, jxn.com. Let's go to the phone lines here real quick. This interview brought to you by Jackson Water. I'm kidding. We got Kingfish, jacksonjambalaya.com on the line. You there, brother?
Morning.
Good morning. How you doing?
Speaking of addiction, Junior Country Fried Steak addiction, I got a new one. You ready for this one?
Yeah.
When the ice storm was coming, you don't know if you're going to lose power, so I went by Honey Baked Hams and got one of those big old hams. You had them at holiday dinners, but never actually a whole one at home before. Oh, man, I bought like 2.
Those things are great.
That brown sugar glaze, in the mornings for breakfast is great. But yeah, great coverage you're giving to the ABC issue yesterday, because it's a huge mess.
It is, and I had it set to talk about, and then I got to the radio station to do a little early show prep, and I went to your site as I always do, and I saw your story. I missed it the other day, but I was like, oh, this is perfect. And when I saw the conveyor belt thing and the pallet system they were using with the wrap, I was like, oh man, I've done that before working for places, and that's going to be a disaster. Them having to pick a random box off here and there. Then you're dependent on the driver to be an order selector as well. Man, that's asking one guy to be able to do a whole lot.
If he doesn't have the right paperwork, I put in the story, there was one that one story I was told was recently, I think it was last Friday, guy at a liquor store ordered 100 cases. So that the shipment actually arrived, probably 3 weeks late, but it arrived. But the driver had only paperwork for only like 14 cases. And so he's like, no, that's my order. He shows him his order form. He's like, that's my order right there. He's like, yeah, but I can't give it to you. So that order, 86 cases, had to ride around on that truck until they got the paperwork so they could deliver it. That's happened over and over, where trucks are having to carry inventory they can't deliver until they, and then of course, Douglas Express has the trucking contract, and they get paid on how many loads they bring. So this is hurting them too.
Yeah, it's not their job to be, I guess technically it's defaulted to their job, but I worked for a beer company. I worked for Capital City Beverage. It was like my first big boy job, as you would say, for a couple of years. Rode with Jim King. A lot of people remember Jim King from back in the day, because Capital City, we had one truck and it ran it was called the draft route. It ran every bar and restaurant in the Tri-County area. There wasn't any in Rankin County at the time because it was still dry. So one truck could do it. But again, there's no way you can expect these guys to get out there.
No.
And the beer companies down here, because they're not unionized, they do a lot more than like beer companies up north. Beer companies up north, they just roll in and drop and roll out. It's the store's responsibility to stock it, price it, and all that. Not down here. They get the drivers have to do it. But that's a whole different ordeal. That going into it. These liquor drivers, this is not what they signed up for. This is like asking an over-the-road driver to have to unload his 18-wheeler every time he gets to where he's going.
And the result is the liquor stores, and the restaurants, and the casinos too. They're hurting. I was in Sam's the other night. Their shelves were pretty empty. And if you have a picture from last week at Sam's, they were completely empty. And you're starting to see this over and over and over. It's just been a complete disaster. And there was a hearing that Hank Zuber had yesterday at the State Affairs Committee in the House. And let me tell you something, that room, they got the big room, and it was jam-packed, standing room only. Even you had representatives who weren't on the committee, like Trey Lamar, coming in there and jumping in. There was a lot of interest in this. And Chris Graham,
we played a clip of it.
Yeah, Chris Graham, he said of the Department of Revenue, he didn't help because, he was on the hot seat, and he's like, because ABC's hands are kind of tied right now. They can't really do much with brewing. And he's like, just write it out. It's going to get better. By the end of March, we should be back to normal, blah, blah, blah. And they're trying to tell him, we cannot hold on that long. It is that bad. And what people don't realize is these guys are they're paying for their products, for their shipments. They've already paid for them. And so they're out their money, but they don't have their product, so they can't sell the product to recoup their money. And so that's putting a huge squeeze on a lot of them.
I didn't realize.
Huge squeeze.
I didn't realize that. That's a great point, because they do have to prepay for that. That's so their money's tied up and they don't have their product.
Anne-Marie Smith on. She's actually right around the corner from you guys at Rain Cellars, next to that butcher place.
Well, I've got
those all the specialty meats.
I've got her interview pulled up here. I was actually going to play it this morning, but when you called in, I just kind of pivoted to you. But we got a whole another hour.
You'll have her come on later this week. I mean, because she would definitely talk to you.
Yeah, we may do that. So, what are you hearing? You hearing anything? Fred Shanks text in, so they're working on this thing. I like Trey Lamar's idea of just cut the state out of it until they get this fixed.
Yeah. Well, and the problem is Douglas is going to fight that tooth and nail for obvious reasons, because they have a trucking contract.
Sure.
But Bo Ravage guy I don't know his name, got up there yesterday, and he says, look, and see, even the Bo Ravage is suffering here. I mean, if that tells you anything, that is their biggest account, and they can't take care of them.
Yep. He looked hot. WLB didn't play any of his clip, but he looked like a casino guy, and he looked mad. I would have liked to have heard his whole.
He was. I mean, these guys are getting screwed left and right. Okay, but what he said was allow the casinos to direct ship, because, and keep in mind, they're already regulated by the Gaming Commission. Okay, I mean, so it's not going to be wild west, but that would actually take their huge orders out of the queue, and all the regular package stores and restaurants and stuff would be able to get their orders much more quickly, because you don't have these 200, 500 case orders, clogging up the system.
I would normally
make sense to me.
I would normally be against, prioritizing somebody like that, but when you put it like that, it makes perfect sense. Kingfish, can we pick this back up at the top of the hour? I'd like to talk to you about some stuff.
You want me to hold on or call back?
Call back at 807, 810, something like that. 807.
Okay, I will.
All right, brother. Thanks.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah, I want to talk about a little bit more, some other stuff too with Kingfish. That's a great point on the casinos. I don't like a lot of the corporate protectionisms that we're giving the casinos, and it's the casinos right now that are hanging up mobile sports betting in Mississippi. One down on the coast in particular, who may or may not have a son in the Senate. But with that said, that makes sense, because if you can take that bottleneck off the top, the rest of these people could get their orders potentially. At least it makes sense on paper. Let's take a break. We'll be right back here on the Clay Edwards Show.
Keep it tuned here to 103.9 WYAB.
When it comes to protecting what matters most, experience counts, and the Rusty Healy Agency has been serving Madison and the rest of the Jackson Metro for over 35 years. Local agent Landon Thompson is keeping that trusted tradition going strong. As a local independent agent, he's not locked into one provider. The Rusty Healy Agency can shop the top insurance companies to find the best fit for you. And everyone knows that the Rusty Healy Agency and Landon Thompson offer top quality local customer service. Contact Landon today at 601-856-3681.
Knock your healthcare needs out of the park with City Center Drugs. Hi, this is Mary Beth Hardy, owner of City Center Drugs, located at the District at Eastover in Jackson. City Center Drugs is your home run destination for prescriptions, over-the-counter medications, vaccines, and even unique gifts with custom gift wrapping. Whether you're aiming to maintain a healthy lifestyle or looking to score the perfect gift, City Center Drugs has got you covered. Swing by today and experience the winning team at City Center Drugs. Visit us online at citycenterdrugs.com and go Braves.
Hi, this is Lee Atkins of Home Care Plus in Ridgeland. We are a proud carrier of Abena Premium Incontinence products. Abena has the most absorbency available, making changes and leaks less likely. After 7 years as a seller, I can tell you these products are amazing and worth every penny to quality of life for patient and caregiver. And we ship all incontinence products as well. So please come see us at Home Care Plus in Ridgeland for all the incontinence needs of you or your family member. That's Home Care Plus in Ridgeland.
Looking to make technology work for your business instead of the other way around? Visit brentech.ms today. From reliable network infrastructure and wireless internet to cloud or on-premise backups, Brentech has solutions that keep your business connected, secure, and running smoothly. Don't let tech headaches slow you down. Discover how Brentech can simplify and elevate your business at brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. Brentech, technology made easy.
The Township Jazz Festival is on again this year, so make your plans for Saturday, April 11th to bring the family and make a day of it. This year, as always, they're keeping it free. 8 hours of phenomenal jazz talent at the Township on Highland Colony Parkway near Fusion Coffee House. Covered seating is provided, but lawn chairs and blankets are welcome. No tents, please. You can look for the info at townshipjazzfestival.com.
Efficient and trouble-free payroll processing is crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with it. PeopleLease, a local payroll provider, not only offers top-of-the-line software, but also provides on-demand payroll support services. With PeopleLease, you're never on your own at every step of your payroll process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to understand your business and employees. That's what makes PeopleLease the perfect choice for you and your business. Learn more online at peoplelease.com.
Hello, I'm Gary Jolly from the Tractor Store. LS Tractor understands your passion for the land, and just like you, LS Tractor is committed to excellence and superior products. LS Tractor comes with a long list of standard features that are unmatched by other brands and backed with the LS commitment to provide exceptional customer service and satisfaction. You get a lot more for your money with the LS Tractor. Come to the Tractor Store in Richland to experience the LS difference. The Tractor Store in Richland.
Here's what they're saying about Corcoran Door Company.
I'm going to yell out to one of your sponsors here, Corcoran Door. When the guy came out here, instead of just trying to throw a door up, he was looking at the way the house was facing. Man, with this double garage here on the south side, you might want to consider a insulated door. I came in earlier today about 2:30. The car thermometer said 99 degrees. The thermometer inside the garage was 82.
That's why they've been around 50 years.
Yeah.
CorcoranDoor.com. CORKERN door.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards Show.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. We got about a minute here before our top of the hour. We ran over on a couple segments there, man. I just got to going. I can't help it. There's some stuff I'm just passionate about, and it's not necessarily the liquor that I'm passionate about, which, I ain't never denied I enjoy a good drink. It's the small businesses that are affected by the inefficiency that I'm passionate about. It's my great sponsors being affected by this. I'm passionate about. It's my friends and neighbors and small business owners in Mississippi being affected by this inefficiency that I'm passionate about. Whether it's liquor, it's beer, it's gas, it's food, it's hardware, it's lumber, it doesn't matter. It's affecting people's bottom line. Y'all don't go anywhere. All right, let's read some of y'all's chats and comments here. I know I've kind of sucked at that the last few days. I apologize, but when I got a lot to talk about, it's hard to dive in. But I think I got these things big enough where I can read them now. So that helps. And I just want to show y'all one thing, because you guys are my dedicated folks here. And I know y'all like your stuff being on the screen. So I think I have found a slight compromise for these other screens when I've got something pulled up, so we can have the main information on the screen, and we can also still get y'all's chats. I'm working on this. This is not the final product, but as you can see here, I got y'all down here, but that is really small, isn't it? And it won't let me move my picture. Like, that's the one bit of customization it won't let me do yet. Now we could do this and put y'all on top of it, and then we could change the size of it here. So you could change the size of it here like this, and maybe move it over some, and we could put a background on it. Let's see. I know y'all may not care about this stuff as much as I do, but I like to make sure y'all are taken care of. I like to make sure you guys are taken care of. Yeah, see, it only that box gets so big when we do it like this. Well, hold on, let me try this. Hold on. Houston, we may have a solution. Now let's make them a little bigger. Ha! Boom, shakalaka boom. Let me take my name off the screen there. That's a little bit better, right? That's a little bit better from when we do these other screens. All right, so I'm not saying we're going to have that all fixed today for everyone, but that's a start. All right, back to this. But I just wanted to show y'all. I mean, I'm working on this, guys. I don't want y'all to think I'm ignoring y'all's stuff because I get texts from you guys whenever I don't have the chats up on the screen. Put the chats on the screen. So I just want y'all to know that it doesn't go unnoticed. Dixie asked, I'm late. What are y'all talking about? Alcohol stores have been fussing about ABC. Yes, that. We're talking about the ABC's inability to get these orders shipped and whatnot. These orders fulfilled. And it is a big problem. Big problem. And now the casinos are pissed off. So when the casinos get pissed off, shit actually gets done. So we'll see what ends up happening. Little Nikki, what do you say? This young man in trouble for selling Bibles door to door, or what? Am I missing something? I'm not familiar with that. Let's see here. Jonathan says, Ruan is a train wreck. Worst company I've ever worked for, and that's saying something. Again, man, it's like these out-of-state companies, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? I can't read the name there. Senile Zeke says 042 is my favorite. Touche, my friend. Touche. Yes. Yeah, whatever your name is here. Is that Ash? Ash, yes, I had 105. Andrew Camp says, yeah, if my vodka disappears, we may have a slight problem. I would stockpile. What kind of vodka do you drink? Y'all be sure to hit the thumbs up if you're watching this video on YouTube. We need to get to 50 likes. We got to 30 something the last couple of days. Come on, let's give me to 50. There's 53 people watching right now. We can get there. Now, here's the $1 million question, right? Why is there an ABC? Why can't you just order direct from the liquor company? There's no reason, honestly, other than the state coming out of prohibition. They wanted full control of everything. It's just the old Southern Baptist BS. The old white Dixiecrat Southern Baptist BS too, nonetheless. And once you have, government, once they have control of something, they don't want to let go of it. It ain't even about the money as much as it is the power, the control. These guys down at the legislature, instead of the liquor reps, the liquor companies, giving liquor stores kickbacks, giving them trips for being big sellers, volume sellers. You know who's getting the trips and all the free stuff from the liquor companies? The legislators, the people that run ABC. Yeah, again, it's about that power. You don't think these guys are getting sent to the Super Bowl or some of these big sporting events on trips, all that stuff, for deciding which liquors they keep at the state warehouse and which ones they don't? It's a complete shit show. The state should not be involved in it. Private companies should be. The state don't sell beer. You have a distributor system. You got Southern Beverage here locally. You got Capital City Beverage here locally. And throughout the other parts of the state, you have other companies. Why can we do it? Why can we do that for beer, but we can't do that for liquor? Let's see here. I think we got Kingfish calling back in. Let me get him put on hold. All right, we're getting ready to come back from the break. we'll pick this back up.
We have cars and SUVs too. Looking to sell your vehicle? Bring it by Ellis Autoplex, where we pay fair market value and we cut you a check on the spot. Need your vehicle service or repaired? We can handle that too. Shop us online or set your appointment at ellisautoplex.com. That's ellisautoplex.com.
Hey, Rankin County, swing by the locally owned and award-winning 042 Wine and Spirits on Highway 80 next to Sonny's Barbecue in Brandon today. We've got one of the largest selections around with over 200 bourbons and whiskeys to ignite your taste buds, more than 50 vodkas, 50-plus tequilas, 30-plus rums, and ready-to-drink cocktails, as well as premium scotches. And get this, we've got over 400 wines in stock for the perfect pairing anytime. Discover your new favorites today at 042 Wine and Spirits right next to Sonny's Barbecue, Highway 80, Cross Gates, Brandon.
Welcome to the Clay Edwards Show. More adrenaline.
You know, it's a pretty interesting time to be alive. What's the saying that made the times you live in be interesting? We have accomplished that.
And more testosterone for your morning drive.
But when you know you've got a problem, how about tell people and be honest? What's going on?
Going to war on cancel culture and bringing the spotlight on issues and topics from around the city of Jackson.
I feel like Jackson, Mississippi.
No one else wants to talk about.
The whole system is corrupt and evil. It's unreal. And they don't care. And everybody knows that. It's just sad.
And fights for the soul of America.
I'm going to need y'all to explain to me what a positive solution is, because you positive solutions only people have been in charge for a while now. And I'm not seeing too many positive solutions.
You never met a motherfucker like me.
Strap in, turn up the volume, and get ready, Jackson, for unfiltered, no sugar added talk radio. It's award-winning podcaster Clay and
Boom goes La Dynamite. It's hour 2 of the most incendiary show on the RADIO, the Clay Edwards Show, here live from inside the Men's Health and Women's Wellness in Mississippi studios on the 50,000 watt blowtorch, Mississippi's most powerful news talk station, 103.9 FM, WYAB. We're streaming worldwide in stunning HD this morning on the Mazda Jackson live stream. You can find that on X, YouTube, and Rumble at SaveJXN. My buddy Roger texted in and asked, was anybody else having trouble commenting on X? Roger, I'm not sure, brother, but X has been having some problems with the streaming popping up in the feed, so I have to go share it from my page. So I don't know about the commenting. I can't answer that question for you, but I do apologize if you're having any issues there. This segment is going to be brought to you by our friends right over there at, well, you know what? How about my friends right there at Men's Health in Mississippi? You know, we talk a lot about the testosterone, and I'm going to keep this under 30 seconds here. We talk a lot about testosterone. I want you guys to consider Men's Health and Women's Wellness for your general physician. For less than $200 a month, no insurance required, you can become a member out there, and they'll be your personal physician. You can text them, call them, stop in anytime. Say, for example, if you get a sinus infection, you know, it normally costs you whatever your copay is, or if you don't have insurance, you know, right at $300 to go get the trinity of shots and check up just to get a Decatron, Rocephin, and like a B12 shot or whatever, and the test to tell you got flu or COVID or a sinus infection or whatever. Well, that's just one trip. You can go to the doctor as many times as you want with this membership. And imagine just how much healthier you're going to stay if you go to the doctor when you don't feel good, or if you think you got something going on. I mean, I text Dr. Walker the other day, man, I got my carpal tunnel and I just do not want to have surgery. He's like, there's going to be plenty of non-surgical options available. Just come by. So that's what I'm going to do. You can do that too. Text Clay, 601-800-5130. It's going to sound like you're going to think you're talking to an AI chatbot. You're not. That's actually a real human being that's answering your text. Her name's Tori. Great girl that works over there. She's going to be replying to you. It's usually her anyway. So you're talking to a real human. When your prescriptions need to be refilled, you just text them. Hey, I need my prescriptions refilled. They're going to send it over to your pharmacy. Unless it's some type of narcotic or something like that. You know, I don't want to get into all the legalese there. You know, I'm not 100% sure, but just like your normal meds, you don't have to go back in every time you need a refill. They'll text it over to your pharmacy. The convenience. Consider them as your general physician. You're going to save some money, and you're going to save some time, and you're not going to be treated like you're a patient at a normal minor med type place. It doesn't feel like that in there. It feels like a hunting lodge in there. It's very late. That's on the men's side. The women's side looks, it's more lady friendly. You're really going to enjoy it. They got a great staff from downstairs to upstairs. Morgan running the women's clinic or whatever it is she does there, does a great job. Check them out today. Men's Health, Women's Wellness of Mississippi. All right, let's go to the phone line here. We got Kingfish back on the line. Kingfish, thank you for staying on hold there. And I know that took longer than 30 seconds, but when I talk about things I'm passionate about,
I know,
but
I'm going to tell you, I had to get it 5 years ago, get the surgery. Trust me.
Oh, I know. It's inevitable.
It's actually pretty quick. I mean, within a few days, you'll be typing again. It's not, the downtime ain't bad at all.
My dad just had it. His was so bad that they had to go in from the elbow too. So, yeah, that's where I feel like mine is. I can grip anything, but I can't like a tight grip, but like a wide grip, like a big Yeti cup or something like that. It is like a nail being driven into the knuckle of my thumb.
Well, it doesn't get any worse. The one I recommend is Dr. James Moss. He's the best one in town for hands. Just saying.
Cool.
Over at Sports Medicine.
All right. Hey, so we talked a good bit about the liquor stuff, and and what I was talking during the break to my online audience, and I was explaining a distributor system similar to how the beer is in Mississippi. You got that middleman with the distributors. Do you understand? Do you know why exactly? I mean, I think I know why. How did we even end up in the state controlling the liquor? Is this coming out of Prohibition or not Prohibition?
This is coming out. We didn't end Prohibition until 66.
Right. So when we came out of our own Prohibition here, the state said we're going to have control of this for obvious reasons.
No, that's basically what happened. I mean, so some other states do this. I think Iowa is a state controlled one. I know Bama has some. They have a mixture of the two, and I think Pennsylvania has state stores. So it's not unheard of around the country.
No.
It's just not predominant.
It's just antiquated. Let the free market do it. Let the liquor stores and these restaurants, let them get the kickbacks and the benefits from the liquor store, from the liquor distributor, from the liquor companies for being power sellers, not the legislators, not the people running the ABC. I'm not pointing fingers. I'm just saying.
Well,
that's my assumption.
One thing Chris Grant, I think Trey Lamar pointed out yesterday was, we can, several years ago, he tried to do just that, and legislature didn't want to do that. And Chris Graham pointed out some things too, where we came to you guys for help several years ago, and y'all didn't give us the money to do what we needed to do. And so here we are,
Yep. It's a funky deal. We need to get out of the liquor business, let privatize it and move on from it, because this is a debacle. And I understand this is a private company that screwed this up, but we'd have never got here if it still wasn't tied to the state.
Yeah, I totally agree, and that was what a lot of legislators were saying yesterday. I mean, this whole fiasco has probably done more than anything in the last 20 years to move them towards even considering, privatizing and let them do direct shipping. And like the casinos came in there yesterday, and they were, we would like to be able to direct ship. I think they should be able to direct ship, if you ask me. I mean, of course, but you also have a trucking company over here with a big fat contract, and I mean, which they won through a bid process, but they're going to be sitting there leaning on them. Hey, we got a contract here, and they're going to be lobbying against it too. So, I mean, this all comes down to who can win the lobbying wars.
One of the other things people don't realize is how difficult it is to get unique and rare bottles or new liquors. If the state doesn't want to stock it, you ain't getting it.
And you can't even get those right now. I mean, if you've talked to Anne Marie, she said most people don't sell specialty liquors. She is like 70% of what you call bonded liquor, which is your specialty stuff or wines, etc. And so they're like telling suppliers not to ship in stuff. Please cut your shipment back to us, because their warehouse right now is at 200,000 cases. I kid you not, and they can't handle it. So they're having to tell suppliers, quit sending stuff to us. Don't make any appointments with us. I mean, blah blah blah. It's a disaster.
It sounds like it. Canvas, let's pivot, man. Have you been following?
I want to bring up too, but go ahead.
Well, you go first. What you got?
Oh, you're going to love this one. This is right up your alley. Okay, this is really right up your alley. Okay, I'm going to have a story going up later today. I'm going to have video and everything, but it's from your favorite, the Jackson City Council.
Oh, yay.
So over. If you've noticed over there, if you've been by there lately, by Paul Boconda and Cowboy Maloney's, they're resurfacing all the roads over there. Well, what happened was, 1% commission. They approved it like 6 months ago. What's happening is Paul Moak Honda, they spent millions and millions on their remodeling. Okay. So they're going to have a grand reopening next week, end of the month. CEO of Honda, not Honda North America, Honda is coming in for it. This is a big deal. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, the store looks great too. It's the first one in the area with their
CEO of a major worldwide corporation coming into Jackson.
It's the first. Okay? It's the first of their new dealership style remodels in Mississippi, and they're not the number one. They're not a high volume dealer anyway. So like,
no,
I think Patty Peck is number one or Bob Boyd's number one. Anyway, for them to be the first one with this new dealership remodel style format, whatever it is they call it, it looks amazing when you ride down the road. It's a big deal for Jackson to get that.
Okay, but the roads, I think you'd agree, right around there,
terrible.
They're cratered. They're crap,
terrible.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, folks, they're falling apart, literally. Okay, so 1% commission approves $350,000 to go resurface the whole thing before it comes in. Okay, and then they had to sit there and lean on the new public works director to go do it. Okay, I mean, because he's a typical bureaucrat and was just dragging his ass. So they finally got it done. But last week they had the public works committee meet. And for the city council, and most of them were there. And man, I said, when they told them, which they didn't need their vote, but they told them anyway about the project, here came Brian Grizel and whatever name is, Brown Thomas or whatever name is from Ward 6, Aaron Banks' replacement, started raising holy hell about it, And like she said, I know they've been here 50 years, but I've got people older than that they want the roads paved, blah, 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 blah. And here's the money quote. Brian Grizel says, when Mercedes and Porsche moved out of Jackson, we didn't do anything for them, so why should we do anything for these people? Gee,
let them move.
You wonder why you can't get business in Jackson.
What they really wanted to say was the poors is over here. They don't pay anything in. They need their roads paved too. That's what they want to say.
The funny part is that the 1% is allocated like $3 million. I think $4 million to their two wards. They just haven't started yet. But these suckers were too lazy to even read their own stuff or keep up with it. Dan, you try to help a major business here out, and here they come raising hell. It's just like WorldCom and these others, or like Puckett. All Puckett wanted was some cutouts from Highway 80. What I was told was they were probably given $2 million a year in sales tax revenue to Jackson, and Harvey Johnson wouldn't return the phone call, so they, what happened next. So it's like, you clowns are just that, clowns,
It is why I can't take them serious at all on any level, and it's just nauseating. They do not do what's best for business ever, and they keep saying they're putting the poor and downtrodden in front, and you can clearly tell promises made, promises kept. What do you think about the? I'll tell you. Let's take a break real quick. Can you stay with me for a second?
Go ahead.
I want to talk about the new police chief.
I don't know much about her, but go ahead.
All right, I do. I want your opinion on it. This is the Clay Edwards Show. We got Kingfish, JacksonJambalaya.com on the phone. We'll be right back. 4 minutes. Don't go anywhere.
.1039 WYAB.
Ladies, tired of running on empty, sleepless nights, mood swings, stubborn weight, skin that has lost its glow? It is not just getting older. It is your body begging for help. Hey, y'all, I'm Morgan at Women's Wellness of Mississippi. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, we bring it all together. Hormone therapy, medical weight loss, and the latest, greatest aesthetic treatments like facials, lasers, Botox, and so much more. This is where wellness and beauty meet so that you can feel amazing inside and out. At Women's Wellness of Mississippi, the best version of you is waiting right around the corner.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is leveling up. A whole new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris is now open at the Reservoir at Beethoven's Boardwalk in Ridgeland, right next door to Cock of the Walk. And the new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris will have all of your old favorites too, like the Acme Dynamite Balls and Garlic Knots, and the best specialty pizzas ever, like the Pig, the Sergeant Pepperoni, the Surf and Turf, and lots more. Come to the all-new Acme Pizza and Daiquiris location on the Res in Ridgeland, next door to Cock of the Walk.
For over 15 years, A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair to placement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators, heat, and AC water pumps, and more, A1 will get your vehicle back up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions, at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist.
Here at Lake and Glass and Tint, we've become well known for two things: window tint and windshields. Now, when it comes to window tint, you already know that we're the go-to for home, car, and office. And as always, we offer free consultations. So if you're in the need of window tint or windshields, give us a call, 601-946-1000. Check us out on Facebook or Instagram, or at lakeandglassandtint.com. Lake and Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Pure Air Consultants offers services on your heating and cooling system. It's time to get your heating system serviced. We offer replacement, service, maintenance agreements. It's important because if you have a gas heating system, it can produce carbon monoxide. So you want to make sure you have your system serviced and cleaned to protect your family. You want to make sure your system is safe to run. You can find us at our website at mypureairconsultants.com, mypureairconsultants.com.
Hey, business owners, want your phones to ring away. Get your name on the airwaves with the Clay Edwards Show today. Tell the town who you are while they're driving in their cars. If you want your business to grow, advertise on the Clay Edwards Show. Contact info at WIAB.com. Contact info at WIAB.com.
When leaks, clogs, or cold showers slow you down, call on Anglin Plumbing, the plumbing experts who get the job done right the first time. Leaky faucet, sink, or toilet? Need a water heater installed? Call on Anglin Plumbing. You can always trust Anglin's reliable and hardworking technicians. Don't let plumbing headaches ruin your day. Call on Anglin Plumbing Service to get it fixed. And you can be a part of the team. Anglin Plumbing is now hiring. Learn more about Anglin Plumbing at anglinplumbing.com.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show on WYAB.com, on WYAB, and streaming worldwide on the Mazda Jackson live stream at Save JXN on YouTube, X, and Rumble. This segment brought to you by our friends over at McBee's Bar and Grill. The Blue Plate special of the day is fried or grilled pork chop with your choice of sides. Of course, if that's not your forte, you can get grilled chicken, you can get hamburger steak, or you can get country fried steak, hand battered. Great country fried steak. I done said country fried steak so many times this morning. I'm about to will it into existence. What's that book called? The Secret, The Law of Attraction. I'm going to attract me some country fried steak into my belly at some point today. Swing by. They've been buzzing a res since 1982. One of the last great dive bars in central Mississippi, right there, McBee's. We just lost a great one. It wasn't a dive bar, but it was a long-time establishment here in Jackson with Chrishell's. You know, these places fade into the yonder when they're not supported. Chrishell's would still be here, Bob or no Bob, if people were still supporting it like they were 10 years ago. Now, that ain't nobody's fault. Things happen. But, you know, don't let these longtime places go. Don't think they're going to last forever, because they're not. We've lost a lot of great ones over the last 5-6 years that we thought were going to be there forever. Institutions. McBee's is an institution at this point. 1982 was a long time ago. It doesn't feel like it because you're old. Trust me, it was. I was 5 years old when that place opened. Let's go back to Kingfish here on the phone line. Kingfish, you got a favorite old school establishment that's still open?
You were saying all that, and I started thinking of Cindy's Catfish House, actually.
It's closed, too. Yeah, been closed.
Oh, yeah. Man, when I was a kid, our grandparents would take us there. I mean, you didn't have Cock and Walk and all these other catfish places. They take us there when I was a kid, and, I mean, that place was just, I thought it was heaven. I really did.
Yeah. I had some family that lived out that way up in Pisgah and up through there. So, going from like South Jackson or Byram to Pisgah used to be a hell of a drive because there was nothing in between. Once you got on the Rankin County side of Lakeland Drive, it was all country all the way to Pisgah. And, but we would like meet them there occasionally and eat lunch or dinner or whatever. And that's my memories of Cindy's Fish House. We went to the Country Fisherman, I think it was, over on Highway 18. Not the one on, what's the one on 80 called across from Chriselle? Is that Country
There was
Fisherman?
another one on 18 that was called the Schooner.
Yeah, there was another one on 18 that was a fish house too. My parents liked it a lot. I'm not the biggest fried fish fan. I'll eat it if it's in front of me, but I don't ever just have the appetite to say, let's go get
about fried
fish.
catfish the way you are about country fried steak.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'll eat it if it's in front of me, but you'll never hear me say, let's run go get some fried fish. I'm gonna be like, let's go get some Mexican or let's go get some country fried steak. But anyway, all good either way. So the mayor hired what appears to be, from all I can tell, even from WLBT's reporting, an extremely woke pro-social justice police chief that, frankly, I think Chokwe would have been licking his chops to have hired himself. She checks off all the diversity boxes, and she sued her last employer, from what I can tell, not renewing her contract, not firing her, but just not renewing.
Well, she came into Charlottesville. Okay, first of all, she was at Pittsburgh PD for 30 years. Okay, so it's not like you're hiring some professor here who's never done law enforcement.
Okay.
But she was at Pittsburgh PD 30 years, but then they hired her at Charlottesville after those protests that drew so much attention.
The Unite the Right rallies, yeah.
And so she came in there, hey, I've got a racist police department, and she basically, and I think she was also brought in by it was a new mayor to help clean up their image some, and I think the new mayor is black also. So I get it, but she disbands the SWAT teams, she disbands the special units, which I understand that part because that's what happened with the Goon Squad. They got so insulated they couldn't relate to anybody else. You know what I'm saying? So, but then she wound up getting fired. I mean, she just sucked at her job, from what I can tell. I mean, so and she may be woke and she may be a woman, obviously. I mean, but New Orleans hired one, and guess what? Their crime has gone down underneath her. I don't mean just follow national trends. I mean, she's really improved it, and so the new mayor's kept her on. So who knows? We may get lucky. It may work out. We'll see.
The New Orleans chief looked like an absolute idiot in the wake of that the terrorist attack. She has rebounded, but that was a bad look.
She was doing good before that. I'm not going to hold one thing against her,
Well, it's a big one thing.
It's a big one thing, but it's not something you plan on either. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and then it didn't help that the FBI down there looked like idiots also when they got in front of a microphone. So,
true enough. True enough. I'll give you that. So, I just feel like you had a chance to come in as John Horn. You had a chance to come in and make a good hire that would, I hate to say unite the right, but unite the white, whatever you want to say. I know this ain't politically correct, but you had a chance to to make a hire. What's the guy's name? The white guy, the
Wendell Watt.
Wendell, thank you. You had a chance to promote Wendell, a guy that he came from Gluckstadt as the chief. Now, he didn't come thinking he would end up being the chief. Maybe he did, but you had a guy who clearly had the experience, been with JPD for a long time, and they chose to bring in somebody from out of state.
There for like a year or two, though.
Yeah, they chose to bring in somebody from out of state. And look, I can understand a fresh set of eyes, but didn't we try this before? Didn't one of them back in the 2000s, Harvey, bring in a woman from out of state?
No, I think he hired. Which one was the JSU chief? I think he hired the JSU chief, or was that Melton?
I can't remember.
I
remember one of them. And of course, you can't say just because one did it this way, another one,
both of them may have been. So, I mean, I think Shirlene Anderson was Melton's. I think she may have come from JSU, but
that's who I'm thinking
Harvey.
of.
I think Harvey hired one too.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. You had a chance to hire somebody that I thought, and I don't know much about the other people. I'm not saying they weren't qualified. I'm just familiar with Wendell and what I've heard from other JPD guys who I respect. That's who they were looking for, or hoping for. And you bring this in, and I've talked to some JPD guys, and it's been a big kick in the nads, But
well, I've always thought JPD needed a little bit of shaking up, so I don't mind bringing in an outside set of eyeballs.
Sure.
If they know law enforcement pretty well, so we'll see. But you also got a couple of white guys back on command staff that happened under Wade and Tyree. So let's see what she does. I mean, if she doesn't do anything with them, but if she starts purging all them. I mean, what's funny is she was talking about racism this and racism that among the police over in Charlottesville. But here you got it's like a 95% black police force. I mean, okay, so some of that may not happen here. All the stuff she's yapping about really isn't an issue. Not here.
We shall see. We shall see.
Yeah,
I mean, look, I'm pulling for him to be
We shall
successful.
see.
I'm pulling for her to be successful. But let's
see how she works with Capitol Police.
Yeah, when I saw the resume and all the stuff she had that was tied to social justice, she got her own. She got a podcast too, I think, something like that. Anyway, I don't have high expectations, but I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to give Horn some breathing room. And I mean they've done an okay job. They've done some things I'm happy about, but man, it's just this one seems like a swing and a miss. But we'll see.
How'd you like them doing Ted Hennepin the other day?
Pessimistically optimistic.
I said, how'd you like them doing Ted Hennepin?
Man, I saw that and I thought to myself, if the roles were reversed there and they had booed, and if the racial roles were reversed, it would have made national news. But
look, as far as I'm concerned, these people booing, they don't deserve to have water or sewer services. Okay, I mean they don't deserve it.
Well, so Hennepin,
I mean, they got to save the water system, and they want to sit there and do what they were doing. And by the way, go look at what Kamikaze said. He called him a white supremacist. I kid you not.
Can't make it up. So for those that don't know, they booed Ted Hennepin when he said that there's a culture of not paying your water bills in Jackson, and you always know when you're above target, because that's what hurts the most. And they started booing him. Well, there is a culture of not paying your water bills in Jackson. And the last mayor tried to figure out every way he could. Chokwe tried to figure out everything he could to just make the debt go away. That didn't include people paying for their water.
Yeah. He tried very hard not to force people to pay their bills. I mean, he really did. And that's how you got where you are. Of course, these clowns never want to take responsibility for anything. They just want to make the lives miserable for anybody who tries to fix it. That's the problem.
So, and look, I know, and like I talked to Sean and stuff, and he's aggravated with the little increases here and there. But like, man, when it was as bad as it was, for as long as it was, it's got to be paid for. At the end of the day, there's gonna be increases. It sucks. I get it. But my water bill went up in Rankin County when they opened up that new facility. I mean, it's just that's the cost of doing business. Our electric bills are going to go up when these data centers get online. So
I don't know. Trump's kind of coming around and saying you guys need to start paying for your own electricity, not trying to shove it on everybody else. And you need to start creating your own power sources.
Yeah, I think Elon is pushing that really, really hard. I believe that's got something with Elon, and
he's no dummy. Obviously, he knows. I mean, they're starting to see community opposition around the country, so it's like, okay, now like the one we're doing in Bridgeland. I mean, they are building a new power plant for that one, which is a good thing. But that's what you need to see happen, though.
Okay, so I know this is something I do not know a whole lot about. So correct me if I'm wrong here. I thought it didn't really matter how many power plants they built. There's only so much power going into the grid, regardless of the substations. Are they building a new?
But I think this is going to expand the grid. I mean, DeKeith would be the one to ask about that, but
All right, Kingfish, you got anything else, brother?
No, like I said, I'm going to have that story going up today about the whatchamacallit, the Paul Maconda thing, and how what idiot these guys look like. I also got a story going up probably today about another school bullying story over there in Philadelphia, over in Newton County. So it's you ain't gonna believe what these soccer coaches are accused of doing. I mean, so it's always something around here.
Hey, real quick, we had a minute or two here. We had talked about the JA story last time you called in, and there was an update, and I didn't get to get to it yesterday or Monday when I was going to talk about it. I had it in my notes today.
You haven't, because it fits right into your culture lot stuff.
It does. So tell people real quick. The JA student, the former student, got killed. You take it.
You had a kid there that was on the football team. He was a freshman last year. He's I think only one of 3 freshmen on the varsity team. So he He came from South Jackson, Dorgan Street, okay, which if you know, it's a rough street, okay? There's no way to sugarcoat it.
It was a rough street in 92 when I was running the roads.
It was right. It's a really rough street now. So he was going there. So he didn't come back for the semester. So he had a classmate, upperclassmate. This kid is I won't put him on my website, but he's a junior at JA. He's been going there since he was 9th grade. He lives over in those what used to be the Lockwood Apartments on Ridgewood Road by the Shell Station. They're the park at Inverness now. And I think they're Section 8, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this isn't the Barrington, okay? So the kid who's still at JA, the word I got from law enforcement was him and his mother were supposed to be gone that night. So a couple of Saturday nights ago, this guy who's no longer at JA, he's now 15. He and his buddy who's 18, they put on the ski mask and bust open the door to the apartment, not expecting the mother to be there. Yeah, so of course scares the hell out of her, and then she shoots and kills the former student, who's 15. And so, that's basically what happened. And the media hasn't really followed up on this. And I first really published it was a former JA student who was killed. And oh man, I knew about the connection though with the victims though. I mean, how he went to school with them too. And but I didn't have it on hard copy yet, documented. So I caught hell for that all week. I mean, hell. But then I reported the new information, which was, hey, this was a student that he was robbing. And so, Jay's catching some controversy because they did what some would call recruiting of football players from public schools this year. And it's been a big storm of controversy over at JA about it between the parents. There's lawsuits over it now. And so this all of a sudden just, hey, why are you taking these kids from South Jackson? I mean, and bringing them over here, and then they're turning around and robbing students and breaking in their houses and stuff. It's a mess. It's
like I've been saying about the school choice stuff. All it takes is one cancer cell to ruin a whole batch. And and this is exactly it. You got that one South Jackson cancer cell that got given an opportunity to go to a better situation. And it's not a race or class thing either. I mean, it's like this kid that whose apartment it was. I mean, look, they're obviously not of means, okay? I mean, so he's look at where they're living, all right? I mean, but he's been going there since 2nd grade. Mama's trying to do the right thing by him, And from what I understand, she's tough, okay? Clearly. But she's tough on him. She don't let him get away with anything, all right? So she's being a real parent. But, that's the one that's doing the right thing. They've been going there, so this isn't because, the other kid was black and he's coming there. No, because this kid was black too, okay? It's because you took this kid from this certain culture, this environment, and you brought him over here and you expect him to just change, blah, blah, blah. And guess what? Yeah, everybody doesn't handle a good opportunity as well as others. All right, Kingfish. Thank you, brother. We'll appreciate it. Bye. Talk to you later. Bye. Well, I want to unpack that some more. That right there, I know it wasn't quote unquote school choice, but it's exactly why we don't want school choice in Rankin and Madison County. You think they're going to leave the Jackson and Jackson? It's like when you get a homeless guy and you good-hearted, sympathetic folks, you want to give him your sandwich. You want to give him some food instead of some money. And he takes your food and throws it back at you in your dang face. Same energy. We'll be right back on the Clay Edwards Show.
.9 WYAB.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
103.9 WYAB. Pocahontas, Jackson.
When seconds making a play, Short's got it covered.
A winning insurance strategy doesn't rely on one person.
Good hustle, good hustle.
Communicate with your guys and make sure everyone's in the right coverage. It takes a team that knows its roles well, working together to provide an exceptional experience.
Set the screen. You have to protect yourself.
1, 2, 3, Wildcat!
At Shelter Insurance, you can count on our local agents and award-winning customer service to help you protect what matters most.
Come see me, Jamie Creel, at Shelter Insurance and see why Forbes has rated us #1 in the world.
Since 2012, Brentech Solutions has been keeping Central Mississippi businesses connected and protected. From secure data backup and cloud services with Synology to reliable network design and maintenance, servers, and business Wi-Fi, Brentech truly does it all. Brentech is your Ring Pro partner and smart home automation solutions provider. Brentech can handle Microsoft 365 support and even Starlink. Visit brentech.ms. That's brentech.ms. IT solutions that work.
Looking for adventure, amazing food, and a little relaxation all in one place? You'll find it at Cypress Point Resort in Brandon. Load up the family and experience a real drive-through safari, petting zoo, and thrilling guided Jeep tours. Then slow it down with mouth-watering steaks at the steakhouse or grab drinks and live music at the tavern. Planning a wedding or reunion? Cypress Point Resort has beautiful venues and cozy lodging. Ready for your big day or just a weekend escape? It's everything you love about the outdoors with a touch of luxury. Cypress Point Resort. Wild fun right around the corner.
Get ready, Jackson, for 2 big nights at Martin's Downtown. Mustache the Band is bringing the party as the official Dixie National Rodeo After Show on Friday, February 20th and Saturday, February 21st. It's a 90s country party with high-energy live music and a crowd that's ready to have a good time. Links for tickets are on the Martin's Downtown Facebook page. Don't miss Mustache the Band live at Martin's Downtown, February 20th and 21st.
When it's time to get serious about work-ready equipment, come see me, Noah Sullivan, at H&H Chief Sales in Carthage. From rugged Big Tex trailers to durable CM and Legend X truck beds, H&H has what your truck needs to work harder and last longer. For the field, H&H carries reliable ag equipment from Salford, New Leader, and Chandler. Visit H&H Chief Sales in Carthage today or anytime at hhchiefsales.com. H&H, quality equipment, knowledgeable service, and solutions that work as hard as you do.
The new year is off to a fast start, but you can't keep up if your vehicle is sidelined. Get to Mazda of Jackson and take advantage of these super deals before time runs out. Get 1.9% financing for 63 months on all 2025 Mazda CX-5s and 2026 CX-90s, CX-50s, and Mazda 3s with approved credits, and get 1-year maintenance included in your new vehicle purchase. Don't wait another minute to experience Mazda's exhilarating performance, top-notch safety, and reliability online at MazdaofJackson.com or visit I-55 Frontage Road.
Your pool should be something you enjoy, not something you fight with. Hi, I'm Darren with Elite Pools. At Elite Pools, we do more than just service. We take care of everything your pool needs, from your routine maintenance to your full repairs, upgrades, and even complete transformations. If your pool needs a little attention or a fresh start, then Elite Pools can bring it back to life. Visit Elite Pools online at elitepoolsms.com. That's elitepoolsms.com. Or give us a call. At Elite Pools, we keep you swimming.
Hey guys, I have a secret for you. We notice. We notice when you're tired all the time. We notice when your drive is gone. We notice when you're just not feeling that into us. But here's the good news. It might not be your age. It might be your testosterone level. Hey y'all, I'm Morgan at Men's Health of Mississippi. We help men just like you. We specialize in giving you back your strength, your energy, stamina, and confidence. Don't settle for feeling less than your best. Call Men's Health of Mississippi today to find out what your testosterone level is. Trust me, we'll notice that too.
Broadcasting live from the Men's Health and Women's Wellness of Mississippi studios. This is the Clay Edwards.
Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show today. We're back live on WYAB. We're streaming worldwide on the Mazda Jackson live stream. This segment brought to you by my good friends and yours out there at Cypress Point Resort over off Holly Bush Road. It is a destination location in Rankin County. Guys, whether you're looking for a quick lunch at the buffet or Cameron's Garage, or you want to come back for a dining experience, because that's what it is, a fine dining experience at the steakhouse or the tavern right there at Cypress Point Resort. Good times to be had, great food, great service, locally owned, locally operated. Hey, I know I talked about it the other day. The same steak that they serve, that same good, high quality steak that they serve in the steakhouse, you can buy from right there at the butcher shop inside Cypress Point. Take back home and cook yourself. Think you got what it takes to cook a great steak? Think you can do it better than the pros? Well, It all starts with a great piece of meat. You can get that meat right there at Cypress Point Resort. They got bacon, sliced bacon and more. They got groceries. They got all that great stuff. They got that good high-end laundry detergent that the ladies like. It's like $100 for a half gallon or gallon of it, whatever it is. My daughter loves it. I've been trying to find the knockoff version that she can like just as much. I think I've about found one. But anyway, they got that stuff there, something linen or something. I forget the name of it. Anyway, it's really good. It smells phenomenal. And you do it all right there at Cypress Point Resort. Check them out online, cypresspointresortms.com, for all their upcoming entertainment and more. Daryl, Dirty D, does a great job on their social media. So check that out for all the upcoming live entertainment. I hear Spank the Monkey's back on the schedule and going to be playing there again soon. So I'm looking forward to that. Definitely looking forward to seeing Spank the Monkey back out there. All right, so let's jump into a couple other stories that we got this morning. I appreciate Kingfish. That was an impromptu, but he heard me talking about a topic that he had done a great piece on. I recommend y'all going by jacksonjambalaya.com and really taking a deep look at the story about the liquor issue, the supply issue. If you're just tuning in, ABC is an absolute train wreck right now. I'm dropping the link here in the live chat, so you guys will be able to click on that. There you go. So if you're watching on YouTube, you'll be able to click on that link and it'll take you straight to it, or you can just go to jacksonjambalaya.com. All right, so let's see here, man. I did a lot of prep this one. Let's hit a national story real quick. This is something that's near and dear to me because, well, I hate the Krasensteins, the two little rainbow supremacist brothers that are all over X or Twitter. They're like Trump reply guys. Like this, they get a notification every time Trump makes a tweet or anything, or anytime anybody in politics makes a tweet, and they just sit by their computer all day, just main vein in meth, allegedly, of course, and waiting to tweet 24 hours a day. And they're super Democrats, liberal, left-wing, communist, American, domestic terrorist, all the bad things in the Bible, the two little Krasenstein brothers sum up. They're terrible people. I don't wish anything but bad on them. And I don't say that about a lot of people, but I'll say it about the Krasensteins. Krasenstein, tomato. They're just not good people. And I am lining something up here real quick. And we are going to rock and roll. Hooch coo. All right, there we go. Got my chats up on the screen for everybody, so we can see everybody's chats there. All right, so something that we've thought was going on for a while is a lot of these anti-Trump, former Trump supporters who are now claiming to be anti-Trump. We've thought for a while that these are fake accounts. Now, Sean Ryan is off the reservation. Sean Ryan is ate up with, and I love Sean Ryan, but he is ate up with Epstein derangement syndrome right now. So he made a video crying about how he's completely, this administration is protecting pedophiles and all that stuff. And I'm just not ready to buy into all that. I'm just going to tell y'all, that's my stance on it. I am not ready to buy into that. Do I think we should be prosecuting people? Yeah, we got to figure something out. But do I think they're intentionally protecting pedophiles? I don't. And it's so funny how, where were all you people the last 4 or 5 years? I'm not going to stop with that. All you freshly awoken people who think Trump is somehow a pedo or running protection for pedos, where were y'all the last 4 years? Oh, that's right. You just thought it was Democrats on the list, so you didn't want to say anything. I got to be quiet. What if Obama's on the list? And he is, by the way. Apparently hiring a prostitute or something like that, allegedly, of course. Anyway, so the Krasensteins, come to find out, are running fake former pro-Trump supporters, now anti-Trump supporter X accounts. It's all a big psyop. So Brian here accidentally posted to his normal account, because for y'all that don't know, if you run multiple Twitter accounts, there's a thing called TweetDeck, and it may not be called that no more. I've got it on Pro. I just don't use it. It may just be part of the X Pro or X Premium package now, but it's basically a whole different X app almost. You use it from your desktop, and it's really, really difficult to know which account you're logged into because it all just looks the same. You share your followers, you share everything, and the screen looks the same. It got me in trouble one time. I wasn't running a fake account. I was running the Hair and Gear Toyota Twitter account as the internet manager and my personal account. And I sent something out from what I thought was my personal account, making fun of Ole Miss for losing a game to Alabama. Nothing even bad, just LOL, y'all suck. And I almost got fired over it because it went across the Hair and Gear account instead of my personal account. And Ole Miss fans were very emotional about getting blanked at home that game. And it was the game that they cried about a former coach sitting in the press box with binoculars stealing plays or some nonsense like that. Because that's why they got shut out at home, because the former coach had some binoculars. I digress. My point is, it's a lot easier to accidentally post from the wrong account. That's why I 100% believe this is true, and his BS story about how it happened is a lie. So Krasenstein post, again, thinking he's posting from his pro-Trump account, and he's one of the most anti-Trump people out there. He posts, I was one of Trump's biggest supporters. I defended him through everything. Media attacks, investigations, indictments, nonstop chaos. I stuck by him because I believed he was different. These guys talk very gay, and I can't do a good gay voice, but he said, I stuck by him because I believed he was different. I believed he was going to drain the swamp. I believed he was going to expose the corruption. I believed he was going to take down the people hurting children. That was the whole point. He campaigned on cleaning house, on exposing elite criminals, on protecting kids, and I bought it fully. Well, that's weird because you've never posted anything pro-Trump on your X account, Twitter account, Grindr account, or anything else. But you suddenly, without any context, are posting this. And there's some people who have come out and said, no, he was copying and pasting another Trump supporter's thing. He was just making a post about it. And that's not what you do. You don't copy and paste. He stole it from another either fake account or a former Trump supporter, whatever. That part's true. He did steal it from somewhere, but he wasn't doing it to make a point. He was doing it because he thought he was posting it as his other account. And he got busted. And you can go see if I can pull it up here. I should have saved the link to this other thing here. Let me see here real quick. I'm gonna tell you what account y'all go to. Some of y'all, I may be way out of the realm of y'all understand what I'm talking about here, because this is deep in internet nonsense. All right, I didn't save the account that it was accusing to be, but it's just the point with this is, and why I'm talking about this, it's because these people are running a psyop. It's all these people who are supporting Thomas Massey. It's all these liberals posing as conservatives. Trump supporters, real Trump supporters, and I know a bunch. It's kind of what I do. We're not fed up with Trump. We're not fed up with this administration. Are we aggravated with Pam Bondi? Absolutely. But I'm not nowhere near ready to jump off the Trump train because there haven't been Epstein indictments. There's a whole lot of other really good stuff that this administration and this president have done just in 1 year. And Sean Ryan made a post the other day crying about, it's been a year. You're right. It's been 1 of 4. Patience, Danielson. Patience. We'll be right back. All right. Danielson. Patience, Danielson. It's just, man, the point of my ranting and raving about this, I want to pull up this other. I retweeted it. I thought I saved it to my bookmarks. You guys have, I don't want to ever tell anybody don't be passionate about something. I don't never say don't be passionate about locking up pedophiles. We absolutely need to lock up pedophiles. We need to do more than that. But I'll get kicked off the internet if I say exactly what I want to KILL do to pedophiles. But we can't sit there and ignore all the good stuff this administration is doing because y'all are unhappy about one thing that, as bad as it is, it still doesn't affect any of y'all or me. And all this stuff about babies being sacrificed and people, human sacrifice, guys, I'm not saying that ain't going on, but as a proud conspiracy theorist, I'm going to need a little bit more evidence that they're doing human sacrifices and all this other like crazy stuff. I'm just going to need a little bit more evidence than somebody said so in the Epstein files. People said a lot of crazy things in the Epstein files that we know isn't true. And I want to say this too. I was trying to find the account that was the real account, but his other fake account's called Melted Minds. By the way, the account he meant to post it to is Melted Minds, and Minds has got a Z on the end. That's that Krasenstein thing. So hold on one second. Let me get the other screen pulled up here. All right. What was I going to say? Yeah. Evidence. Let me ask you this. For you people that are convinced that Trump somehow is guilty of what they accused him of in the Epstein files based on the loosey-goosey BS amount of so-called evidence, what if it was you who was mentioned or being accused of rape or pedophilia or anything, and the source was from an 800 number that they put out there, and anybody could call in and make up anything they wanted? Do you think you should be convicted based on that evidence? When they did follow up on it, the person was a complete mentally insane nut job. And I mean, y'all can go look all this up. I ain't got to sit here and go through all of it for you. But I just ask, do you think that would be enough evidence to accuse you of those same things or something similar? Take the Epstein part out of it. Just say the sexual assault. Just say rape. Just say rape. Do you think that would be enough to take your ass to court, to trial, to have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars defending yourself because some nut job hater called and reported something on you? You ain't got enough haters. If you think so, if you think that's enough, you ain't got enough haters. You ain't never had to deal with people that just make up complete lies about you. Maybe I'm jaded, because I damn sure have. So I'm just saying, perspective sometimes. We're coming back from break. Welcome back in to the Clay Edwards Show. About 30 seconds here. I appreciate everybody today. Good show. Good show today. At least I was happy with it, and I'm usually my toughest critic. Y'all stay tuned. What is today? Wednesday. We got Mike Madison coming up next, followed by Andrew Gosser from 10 to noon. And then you got Lindsey Beckham from noon to 1 and Kim Wade 4 to 6. And don't forget, me and Sean will be here tomorrow from 10 to noon, filling in. Me and Sean will be here filling in for Andrew tomorrow from 10 to noon. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm pulling double duty tomorrow. 2 hours on my show, 1 hour break, then filling in for Andrew for 2 hours. We'll have Sean zoomed in, Yurkaron, zoomed in for that. So that should be fun. But again, man, this Epstein stuff. All I can just keep going back to are the two things. Where the fuck was everybody the last 4 or 5 years that are suddenly on the Epstein train, where this is the most important thing? He's protecting pedophiles. He's a pedophile. There's some videos I wish I could play on the radio, but I just can't because, well, lefties having meltdowns always have a bunch of F-bombs and you can't play them. But y'all need to go find that video of the girl whose face looks like a tackle box, and she's got pink hair, and her dad's a construction worker, and he's letting her and her child live with him. and she's having a complete meltdown because he's a Trump supporter and supports ICE. So she's calling him a pedophile sympathizer and protector and all these crazy things. Where was that energy before they thought Trump might be on this? Again, I know I sound like a broken record. If Trump was on this in any way they thought they could actually prove, they wouldn't have tried to kill him in that Pennsylvania field. He would not be our president right now, at minimum. All right, man. Let me see if I can find that real quick. I'll drop the link in the box for y'all here real quick. Girl, liberal woman cusses dad. Woman cusses dad over Trump. See if I can find the video real quick. It should pop up. Well, of course, there's so many of them that do it. It's hard to narrow it down. Salty cracker. Here it is. Here it is. I want to play this for y'all real quick. I got a little extra time. I don't have to get out of here. How much time I got for the 2-hour mark? That's my cutoff. 5 minutes. All right. We're going to play this for y'all real quick. I got to cut the comments off. This woman's insane. Yeah, that's right. Hold on one second. This is what we're dealing with. For all you people who keep saying that Trump, all you conservatives who are ready to jump ship, these are the people you're on the same team as right here. These are the people who believe the stuff about Trump in the Epstein files.
You lived your entire life
here with
Mom
you,
and
you support a pedophile.
Your 6-year-old son. What's the only home he's ever known? Grandma,
sure.
Grandpa's. Why? Because you're incapable of existing.
And you support ICE and
You're
Trump,
dumb.
right? You support ICE and Trump?
Absolutely.
Okay, well,
I
I'm putting
love
this
my
on.
kids and my grandkids.
No, you support
Yes.
a pedophile and someone
You
kicking out
idiot.
immigrants, which are doing shit to people.
You're an idiot.
No, they're making
You're
you
an
believe
idiot.
the immigrants are doing the bad shit.
You're an idiot.
It's the big
I
people
have
on
been
the top.
building houses my entire life.
I don't
You're an idiot.
care.
It has gotten
No.
hard because of the
Yeah,
Mexican.
go get a real job then, bitch.
It's hard to get a
Go
job.
get a
because
real
of
job.
them.
No, it's not.
What do you think your son's going to do?
You only
What do you
have a
think
hard
your
time getting a
son's
job
gonna
because you're in
do? What do you think
construction.
your son's
They're doing
gonna
all the
do?
hard work
What
for
is your son gonna
kidneys.
do?
Stop bringing my son
What
into
is
this.
his kid's gonna
Don't
do?
bring my son into
Yes,
this.
it matters.
No, it doesn't.
Beyond today, you
No.
moron.
Because after this, you
You're
lick.
an idiot.
Fucking
You're
lick at
stupid.
boots.
You can't help
You
seeing
lick boots. You lick boots.
Are you fucking retarded?
Boot licker. Boot licker.
Idiot. You're the
You
only one
support
licking
a pedophile. You support children getting deported away from their families.
You're an
Fuck
idiot.
you.
You are
Fuck you.
fucking idiot
Fuck
if
Trump.
you believe
Fuck
that.
ICE. I do
You're a
believe that.
fucking idiot.
Go ahead. Trump, you support ICE. You're dumb.
Oh, you idiot.
Bootlicker. You're a bootlicker. Yeah, fuck
You know
you,
what?
bitch.
Get any of your people to me, and I will show you the bootlicker.
No, you're the
Because y'all
bootlicker.
bunch of mouthy little pussies.
No,
to begin
we're
with.
the ones that are gonna
Y'all
stand
all
up
live
and
at home
take
with your
this country
parents,
back.
but you can't do anything.
No, y'all can't do anything because you're too busy working
You
for
fucking
pennies.
idiots.
That's what keeps you busy.
Your
They keep
son
you working.
deserves better.
Yeah, better than this.
Your son deserves
This
better.
is a terrible family. He doesn't deserve to be in this family. Fuck you.
You need to grow up and you need to be
You
responsible.
Oh, you want to be in this too?
I don't care. You need to be responsible for your child.
Yeah, well, you support Trump and
She
ICE.
has never provided him
that
with
is
anything.
nothing. That has nothing to do with this.
She has
Yes, it
provided
does.
him with
No, it
nothing.
doesn't.
Do you support ICE? Do you support
This
Trump?
has nothing to do with
Do
that.
you
This
support
has
ICE?
nothing
Yes,
to do
it
with
does.
that. You need to be protecting
No.
your child.
I am protecting my child.
No, you're not. No, you're not.
You're with a pedophile.
No, I'm not.
Then don't.
No, I'm not.
You support ICE?
No, I don't. Look, that has
Then
nothing
stop
to do
fighting
with
for
ICE
them.
Trump.
Yes,
has
it
to
does.
do with you protecting
No.
your son. You are not
No.
being responsible.
Yes, I am.
No, you are not.
Yes, I am. You're
no,
not.
You're not.
Yeah, sure.
What do you do for work?
Okay, so I'm making this video for my own protection. So I am not suicidal. I don't want to die. I have a full life to live and I'm happy. But I just outed my parents for Trump and ICE supporters. So if anything happens to me, I don't know. So I'm just putting this out there for my own safety. I'm not suicidal. I'm a great mother. And I have no bad things to do to anyone whatsoever. I was using my freedom of speech, playing music, and since they support Trump and ICE, they got so mad and now they're kicking me out. So I'm just putting this here for my own safety and my own protection. Okay, bye guys.
Just trust me, you'll be fine. And when I'm back in Chicago. I feel it. Another.
All right. So that's the people. That's the people that you're affiliated with. If you have such a level of Epstein derangement syndrome that you think Trump actually did anything on that he's accused of on that list. You guys have a blessed one. I'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Be blessed.